The center console has the buttons for the navigation and the radio, all your controls down here, which adjusts the screen here. So if you push navigation, you get a map. You push radio, you can control what you're looking at. Got a telephone. You can adjust all your basic settings are available. The user interface is not as straightforward as in some of the other cars. Separate sunroofs for the front seat and the back seat. This is a Mercedes-Benz EQB 300 electric SUV. The Mercedes-Benz has a very similar setup to the Hyundai and the Kia, except that the shifter is on the console with drive, reverse. The backup camera, if you shift it from reverse into drive, the backup camera stays on, which is helpful if you're trying to maneuver in and out of a parking space. So even though I am in drive, the backup camera is still on. The paddle shifters here, if you look at the D and it says D minus, D, D plus, the paddle shifters here will adjust. See, I can go back to D minus. That adjusts the regenerative braking, which is very helpful. Much like Nissan's E-pedal button, it allows you to shift whether you want aggressive or less regenerative braking when you take your foot off the accelerator. I recommend running it in D minus here. It's more aggressive, makes the car easier to operate, and it also gives you more range out of your battery. This is a Mercedes-Benz EQB 300, and it is a really, really nice electric vehicle. It is a small SUV, very comfortable, handles very nicely, and the way it is laid out is fantastic. What you would expect from Mercedes-Benz. But honestly, for the price point, it's not that much better than the much less expensive vehicles I've rented. I mean, actually, the Kia EV6 was nice, maybe even a little nicer. But this does corner a lot nicer than the Kia did. It is actually, I would rate it very high. It really is a spectacular vehicle. But for the price point, kind of expected more. Not knocking it. It's a nice vehicle. It really and truly is. But for the price point, it would have to be. But I'm charging it right now at a Nissan charging station, which is kind of odd, but it charges fast. It's easy to work all the controls. Unlike the Tesla, where everything is computer, it actually has physical knobs and controls, which make everything a lot easier to work with. This actually is a very well designed, very well appointed vehicle, and it shows. It's good quality German engineering. It's just overpriced. I mean, it is what it is. Apparently I'm into German cars because I am charging a Mercedes-Benz at a Volkswagen dealer. The back of the Mercedes EQS 300 has a decent amount of room, and of course a cover. But it also has a third row seat. Now it's not very big. Probably be okay if you had kids to put back here or something, but this SUV is really not big enough for 7 people. I mean, that's what they're going for, but hey, it's probably good for kids. It has all the same controls you would expect from a modern vehicle. It does have a touchpad, basically. You can see you can work the menus with the touchpad, or you can just use the touch screen, which renders the touchpad unnecessary. But I mean, ergonomically, it's got a nice center console. It's got an actual lock on the glove box. The pedals for the regenerative braking, the shifter is on the console. I mean, everything is easy to work with. Everything is easy to use, easy to get at. The layout is fantastic. You have separate climate controls for the passenger and the driver. Everything is very straightforward, self-explanatory. All the menus, everything is very easy to work with, very obvious. You don't have to go hunting for things, although if you need to, there's a search. But everything is pretty much where you expect it to be. Has a very good navigation system. I mean, for the price point, you kind of expect it, but it really is a nice vehicle. It is always nice to have physical controls for the climate, for the navigation, for the radio, and the charging ports, and there are several of them, are USB-C. And there is a 12-volt outlet here. But there are USB-C ports, including inside the console, and even in the back, in the cargo area, where the third row seat is. I mean, the ergonomics are quite good. The charging speed on this car does not appear to be substantially different than on other cars I've rented. Paying the extra money doesn't seem to give you that benefit at all. This is a small SUV. It is a high-end SUV because it is a Mercedes-Benz, but it is not very big. However, it is larger than most of the electric vehicles that I have rented, and it has a very nice tight turning circle, and it's very comfortable and has a pretty decent amount of space inside it. The great thing about putting an electric car charging station at a gas station like this Wawa, which has an EV Go, is that you have a convenience store you can use while you're charging.